Hello, wondering what to buy the games buff in your life for Christmas? Worry no more, as Bad Influence gives you the complete lowdown on the Christmas goodies, including our special guide to buying from abroad.
And our main review this week is Mickey and Donald World of Illusion on the Mega Drive.
And now I'll be lurking around the only museum in the world devoted to computers.
Ladies and gentlemen, actually, before we go any further, can anybody over the age of about 19 just leave the room for a second, please? They gone? Right, the rest of you, come here. The next bit is not really for you, the games experts. It's what you might call a service to Santa. Get my drift? Just thought I'd let you know. OK, so sorry about the next bit. Away you go. Right, they can come back in again now. Ladies and gentlemen, Bad Influence is proud to present its Idiot's Guide to Christmas Computers. I thank you.
The first decision you have to make is whether to buy a computer or a console. Even expensive consoles like this one, the Neo Geo, cost less than most computers. They're very easy to use because the games come on cartridges, which plug in and run straight away, but they are only designed to play games.
Computers have keyboards and cost more, around £400 for the most popular ones. They require some technical skills to load the software, normally from floppy disks like these. But they can be used for lots of things as well as games. Painting systems, like this one, word processing to make music, and so on and so forth. So if you just want to play games, go for a console. If you think you might want to do other things as well, pay the extra money and get a computer.
The consoles you'll see in the high street are made by two main companies, Sega, whose star is Sonic, the hedgehog with attitude, and Nintendo, famous for Mario the Brooklyn Plumber. The older consoles are called the Sega Master System and the NES, which stands for Nintendo Entertainment System. They're what's known as 8-bit consoles, and they're old technology. We don't recommend buying them new. You can get 8-bit machines complete with a load of games, cheaply second-hand, as people sell them when they buy more expensive equipment.
The latest consoles are called 16-bit. They are the Sega Mega Drive and the Super NES. They play faster games, have much better graphics and sound, and lots of games are being produced for them. But they're more expensive to buy, from about £130 upwards, and the games will cost you a lot more too.
Of course, you might want a handheld. There are 4 main ones, and they all come with a game. The cheapest is the Supervision, which has a monochrome screen and costs around £39.95. It also has the cheapest games at around £15 each. Next is the most popular, the Game Boy, which is around £70. Also monochrome, but with loads of great games, all at about £25 each.
There are also 2 colour handhelds. Games for both cost about £30. First, the Game Gear, which costs £100, but you can also turn it into a telly for an extra £60 by buying this TV tuner. Then there's this one, the Lynx, which also costs £100 and is technically probably the best, although there aren't so many games for it.
Whichever system or handheld you buy, we recommend one bundled with a game, because it'll always be cheaper than buying the games separately, but do make sure they're actually games you want to play.
And one final word of warning. Don't buy anything advertised cheaply as discontinued or old stock. You might get a hardware bargain, but you may well never find any games to play on an out-of-date system.
But now back to up-to-date systems, and our main review this week is Mickey and Donald World of Illusion on the Mega Drive. In this story, the Disney duo are amateur conjurers who've been sucked into a magic box and transported to a weird and wonderful world where nothing is quite what it seems. Here's James.
This is my kind of game. You really have to think to get through it, but it's great fun. There's something magical about the graphics, what makes it look fantastic. You get to different levels by going through the strangest of places. That fishbowl took me into a giant room with amazing things to explore. In the single-player mode, you get to be either Mickey or Donald. If I was playing Donald at the moment, I would be having a very different adventure. This is the 2-player mode. Mickey and Donald need to help each other to progress. It's all about solving puzzles by teamwork. I'd really like this game. It looks excellent and it's very playable. It's a must for Christmas.
I love this game, it's beautiful, it makes you smile, it's just like a cartoon.
This is a massive game with huge levels. They've really thought about this game. There's some lovely touches. I'd definitely buy this one.
And so the final scores for Mickey and Donald World of Illusion. Everybody loved it. The boys gave it 5 out of 5 and the girls gave it 5 out of 5.
Christmas bells, ding dong, ding dong. Christmas bells are in my song. Ah, hello, slimy furtlers. I'm just cleaning up the shed a bit, getting ready for Christmas.
Anyway, here's a cheat for Tetris on the Game Boy. Now, if you're absolutely brilliant like me and you fancy a bit of a challenge, try this. On the title screen, press start and down together. Then you'll get a little heart next to your level number and the whole game speeds up. Now, if it's going too quickly for you pathetic types, simply pause the game by pressing start. Now, normally, when you press start, you don't see which block is coming next. But if you now press select, then your next block will be revealed. So, you can have a little think. Right, I think I'll carry on with my cleaning now. Maybe I'll just have a little tidy instead. Put that there.
There. Just finished level 452. These handheld games are only possible because of the way computers and computer chips have gotten smaller and smaller over the last few years. But here in Boston, they've just spent over $1 million to build the biggest computer in the world. Monster Machine has a screen 2 stories tall. It has keys 30 centimeters across and boasts the biggest microchip in the world. And you can even see the electricity moving around inside. And it actually works. Using this giant tracker ball, you can get the computer to tell you the shortest route between any 2 cities. Okay, press the button.
Your starting city is Boston. Roll the ball, then click on the button to choose your destination. Your destination is Los Angeles. Searching for the shortest route. Please wait. Go through New York, Cincinnati, Oklahoma City, Phoenix, and into Los Angeles.
The Mega Machine is the star exhibit at the Computer Museum in Boston. It's the only museum in the world that's dedicated to computers, and it covers everything from ROMs to robots, from graphics to games. Oh, I'm not really playing. It's composed and played by the machine. Yeah, cool music. Yeah.
And now for some more amazing computer.
Bad influence, boy. Bad influence, boy. This is the oldest computer in the museum, the Whirlwind. It was built 47 years ago in 1945. It was used by the Army to work out where shells would land. This is the problem that the Army wanted to solve, how this gun could hit this target. Let's position the gun to 45 degrees. And how many bags of gunpowder? 2. Let's see. Is it gonna go? I don't think so. Too short. Instead of chips, the Whirlwind used valves, and they were so unreliable that it wouldn't work for more than a few minutes without breaking down. Lots of engineers would be running around all the time trying to find out which valves had broken and fix them quickly before the enemy tanks could move. One of the main uses of computers today is to produce and manipulate images. It's a computer that does this to me, and this, and this. Whoa! But the very first picture to be manipulated inside a computer was this baby, who was probably surprised to be turned into a line drawing by the machine. This teapot is very famous. Why? Because a researcher called Martin Newell was looking for a simple curve-shaped object to program into his computer. He had this teapot on his desk, so he carefully photographed and measured it. Then he put all the coordinates into his computer. Other researchers simply borrowed Newell's data, and a flood of computerized teapots was unleashed on the world. In the early days of computers and robots, a lot of people wondered whether machines would take over the world. This part of the museum is devoted to machines that can think for themselves. Of course, the very early robots were pretty scary, not because they were mega intelligent, but because they might bump into you. The latest artificial intelligence machines are a bit more useful. In fact, these kinds of machines are so clever that today we've been able to replace our cameraman with one. It's reliable, cheap, and it never messes up. Hello? Pull the plug.
Stay cool,
somebody,
please. Help is on its way.